Do I want to make the next video on a dash team or a bash team? Why not both? You mad genius. Welcome to Fumbled Guide to Blood Bowl. Do you want to fight? Do you want to dodge? Do you want to be edgy? The Vampire team has it all. Now historically, Vampire has been a C-tier team at best, leading to the most overused joke in history makes any Vamp coach groan at this point. Vampires suck. Blood, that is. Nowadays, however, Vampires are fucking terrifying to play against. Vampire throwers are the best throwers in the game. Edge 2-up, passing 2-up, and strength 4 is a bonkers stat line. Their blitzers have the same stat line except for the bit about the passing, and the runners are... okay, the runners aren't the best. Strength 3 is below average for a Vampire, but movement 8 is a huge boon to any Strength 3 piece. Now you may be thinking, this team sounds overpowered, how do they balance this? And the answer is Bloodlust. You see, Vampires need to drink blood. Big shock, I know. But since most Blood Bowl matches take place outside, during the day, and are very strenuous, the Vampires need to drink blood a lot more than normal, and they can't just slurp the life juice from enemy players because they don't give consent. So how does the Vampire get his energy drink during a match when he needs it? Simple. The Thrall linemen are simultaneously your weakest link and the most vital component of this team. They are human linemen with one less armor point, so they're fragile. But anytime a Vampire gets the munchies, they need to get their fix from a Thrall teammate at the end of their action, otherwise the team suffers a turnover. And biting a Thrall causes an instant injury. No armor roll, straight up injury. This leads to the Vamp coach trolley problem. How many Vampires can you afford to take on the field versus what amount of Thralls you need to keep them all well fed? Depending on how your dice feel, you could go entire games where you never bite a Thrall at all since it only happens on a 1. Other games, you can end up with all your Thralls in the dugout, and those superstar Vampires you were so proud of can't do anything anymore. Just like how all Elf teams are unstoppable until they roll a 1, Vampires roll twice as many dice as Elves and feel the 1s just as hard. That being said, if you manage to not roll 1s often, and position your Thralls to be in perfect snack time position when needed, the Thralls work really good. Oh yeah, and that's before we even mention the Vampire trademark, Hypnotic Gaze. Hypno Gaze is an insanely powerful trait. You declare it kinda like a blitz, except there's no limit to how many times you can do it in a turn. You move, then Hypno Gaze an adjacent opponent. Roll 3 or higher and that opponent becomes distracted until they are next activated. What does distracted mean? Oh, not much. They just lose their tackle zones, all relevant skill, they can't catch the ball anymore. Meaning until your opponent next does something with them, that player is basically just a brick contributing nothing to their team. This leads to the Vampire's biggest flex, cage breaking. For those uninitiated, a cage is an offensive maneuver where the ball carrier has 4 teammates surrounding them on their 4 diagonal corners, kinda like an X. This keeps the ball carrier safe from almost any threat and forces your opponent to waste their blitz on one of the 4 corners of the cage instead of the ball carrier. Now what would happen if we just turn off one of the corners? Well, with no tackle zones on one of the cage's corners, and the team's once-turn blitz unused, this leaves any of those Strength 4 Vampires a perfect opportunity to just walk right into said cage and blitz the ball carrier with almost no counterplay. For bonus points, you can hypnogaze the ball carrier themselves to turn off their block and dodge skills for a turn, making them easier to knock down. Okay, I can't keep gushing about my favorite team all day. We gotta get this video wrapped up at some point. Level ups. All Vampires have Elven skill access, general and agility, plus their throwers have passing skill access, and blitzers have strength access. Because of this wide variety of options, this segment is going to be very long, so I hope you brought snacks. Some good skills for the throwers are block and dodge, obviously, leader for a free reroll, and side note, Vampire teams will burn through rerolls faster with 9 Devour cans of Pringles, so keep that 1 extra leader reroll will be necessary for this team. Pro is also a great skill on any Vampire because you can reroll Bloodlust without wasting a team reroll and potentially save a Thrall for later like leftovers in the fridge. Blitzers are in a similar boat to the thrower. Block, dodge, pro are all good. Tackle is good for a blitzer, plus with Mighty Blow and Guard. You can even throw a sidestep in with the guard for some cool combo points, and you can even combo the Juggernaut they come with for free by getting Frenzy. Back before the devious skill tree existed, I also loved the idea of running a blitzer with Sneaky Git, Dirty Player, and Pile Driver, but I guess we can't have nice things. Runners are even more standard. Block, dodge, pro, sidestep, and if they survive long enough to level up again after that, consider buying yourself a lottery ticket. Thralls don't really need level ups. Maybe give 1 kick and that's basically it because leveling them up increases team value and gives their opponent more potential to screw you over with inducements. The Vargeist, the vampiric big guy, who's very mixed bag on whether or not you really need it. If you do get it though, some good skills are Mighty Blow to combo with Claws, Brawler, Juggernaut, Break Tackle, and Guard. Alright, video over. Time for all the Vampire suck comments to flood in.